Hi guys, welcome to this video about the LG G5. I'm usually doing videos about new products, but this is a product which is on the market for about 2 years. But why am I doing this video about this? This is because I think this is the best buy, the best mobile phone which you can get for around $200 still now. The strange thing, it's down to about $200, maybe sometimes a little bit more, sometimes close to 200, sometimes it goes up to 230 or so, but it's still a really good deal. It's very surprising that it came down very quickly from about, I don't know, $600-700 when it came out 2 years ago. Then it dropped very fast and it went down. So it was already in summer, so half a year ago, it was already at this price for about $230. This is really amazing. I mean, when this is LG, this is not a cheap Chinese brand, no name, nothing. This is LG, where you have this really good customer support, you have good quality, you have the warranty. You have the warranty not in China, you have it where you are, like in Europe, USA, wherever. So this is a premium mobile phone, not a cheap phone. You have a premium camera, even dual camera, so you have very fast phone, you have a lot of storage, everything. So I don't know why these phones, these are always the LG phones which are dropping very fast in price. I don't know why it is, but yeah, it's our advantage, because when you compare to Samsung don't drop very fast. If you take a Samsung from 2 years ago, it has at least the double price of an LG phone, even when it's not better. So this is this is really awesome. And so I thought, why not to try this, to have like a backup phone, or if your old phone drops, it breaks or whatever, and you don't need the very latest phone. This is a steal. Look at this, $200. This is just amazing, and actually it still has all the features which all the new phones have. So why are you not buying this? I mean, you can spend $800-900 for a new premium mobile phone, and you can buy this for 200, and you have almost the same. So I'm not going into all the details. There are probably much better reviews than this. I'm just showing you a little bit. I don't have I don't have a lot of apps, but I have the standard apps which I'm using, and you see it's very fast. So are no lags at all. I've never experienced any lags. It has a lot of storage. I think this has 16 gigabytes, but you can, or it has 32. Let's see, it says 32, and probably it has used half of it already. But you can you can open it in the back. Here you see there's the lower part here, and there's a button thing. I have my protection, my case on, so I can't show you, but there's a button on the side. You can push in, and then you can pull out the lower part with the battery, and then you can access everything. You can even expand the memory up to 256 gigabytes of storage, which is really a lot, maybe even more, but they guarantee up to 256 gigabytes, which is a lot. The downside, of course, it's not waterproof. Most of the new mobile phones have some kind of waterproof. This is not waterproof. Of course, it's a little bit protected, but I wouldn't suggest to drop it into deep water. I think not a lot will happen if it gets a few drops, but yeah, I wouldn't submerge it definitely. So I mean, the screen is really good. The performance is great. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe a little bit dry, too much dry air in winter here. So yeah, I really like this phone, and what I especially like extremely is the camera. The camera is really awesome. You see, there's a dual camera, and you see this light. Have you seen this? It has this. Yeah, I think this is probably the distance sensor. I don't know. It has this kind of sensor here as well, but you don't have to be annoyed. This is a light which you don't see with your eyes. You just see it with the camera. When I'm looking at the phone right now, I don't see this light. Okay, so yeah, now the camera, we have here the normal camera, which is about, it has the same viewing angles as other cameras have, and then you can pull out, and then you have finally the wide angle, and the wide angle means this is about, I think, 135 degrees, which is really awesome. I think no other camera on the market has this really extremely wide angle. This is crazy. I can put this here. You can see I'm very, very, very close to this, and it even yeah, I can even read these things very clear. So even when it's wide angle like an action camera, it's much better than an action camera, because an action camera can't read such a thing in this distance. Of course, it has also the barrel distortion, which all the action cameras have, and when you buy a newer LG like the G6 or the V30, V20 or something like that, it has less barrel distortion, but it doesn't have this extremely wide angle. With the new LGs, they have reduced the extremely wide angle to get rid of the distortion, but I like this more. So, and there you can reduce it when you zoom in, of course, a little bit, and of course you can you can use software to get rid of the distortion afterwards if you don't like it on your pictures. So that's really good. Usually I'm able to zoom in and out, and it switches from one camera to the other one. You see, it's not super smooth. So now I'm going back, and now it switches to the other camera. So I've done this in a video, and I think it was even much smoother than here. So I don't know, maybe I can record this and then try again. Yeah, okay, there was some break. I thought there was almost no break, so there's still some break, but you can keep recording while it switches from one camera to the other one, so you have an extreme range to zoom in and zoom out. So that's huge, and the camera quality is really great. It's comparable to the latest devices which you get. I mean, at least very, 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 very close. It sometimes has maybe little bit more problems with white balance, and maybe put everything sharp. Sometimes I think Samsung does a little bit a better job in focusing, but it's still very good. So I'm really not complaining. I had the G4 and the V10, and this one is much better. The LG G5. Some people say it has the same camera as the G4, but I think it's not. But at least the software is much better. So one of the bigger thing really is the camera. I can give full recommendation for this. The only thing which I'm a little bit struggling is this thing where you have these soft buttons. You don't have these hard buttons like here in the middle, like the home button, back, and like here you have this everything here, like the all the apps, the open apps, task manager. So sometimes you waste a little bit of space, and here you see, you don't have access. When you have the camera, you don't have access to the home screen. You first have to push here back to get back to these buttons. So it can be a little bit annoying and sometimes not as efficient as if you had the buttons here, and on some screens you waste a little bit of screen size, but overall you can get used to it. At the beginning I really hated this thing, so it took me a couple of days to get used to it, but now I'm really used to this thing. And the other strange thing is, of course, the fingerprint scanner, which is in the back. So if you have it here, like you have it on the side of your computer, you can like turn it off like with a double tap, and you have it here and you want to turn it on. When you just double tap, you have to use your code or like a pattern to unblock it. And when you want to use the fingerprint, you have to use this thing in the back. But it works really fast. Have you seen that? So that's really good. It didn't bring up like a screen. You just push here and it immediately brings up the original screen again. So that works really good. And I have to tell you, at the beginning, for a couple of days, I always touch the camera. But now, after a couple of days, I know exactly where this button is. So no problem at all. I get it every time. I don't have to turn it, so I just can feel it. I know where it is, so no problem at all. It's not really a big setback or so. So I can give overall, one other thing I have to tell you. This is really awesome, and I think this is maybe one thing that is really unique with this mobile phone, the battery life. I don't know if what LG did, but let's say you have this same situation as here. It has a charge of, 81%. It's connected to everything, and also Wi-Fi, everything, Bluetooth. When I turn it off and I turn it on, let's say 24 hours later, guess where it is? It will be at about 80% or so. I think you can have it in standby for almost forever. That's really awesome. I haven't seen something like this in another Android mobile phone. I don't know how they do that. I have no clue how they do that, but it's almost consuming no power when it's on standby. This is really amazing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it would go down if I would add more apps. I don't have as many at the moment, but I have even this widget, but it it almost stays at 100% when all the time. Like one time I had it charged to 100%. I made one video, it went down to 99%. Then I went on standby, and 24 hours I turned it on, and it was at 98%. So crazy. If you like good battery life, this is the thing for you. So yeah, unfortunately you can't get it now for Christmas, but it's a little bit too late. They don't have 1-day delivery, at least not in my area. Maybe they have it in your area, but this is really an awesome buy. I think around $200. It's still the absolutely best buy for a mobile phone. When you buy a Chinese phone, you can buy a new Chinese phone which has maybe a little bit faster CPU, because yeah, it's a current CPU, but you will get the screen won't be as good as this, and especially the camera won't be comparable to this. Even when you buy Huawei for $200, they don't get even close to this camera quality. So I can only recommend this. So yeah, if you have any question or comments, just write to the comment section below, and if you want to buy it, you can use the link which I put in the description. Yeah, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, see you next time.